I felt like I was on the run for my whole life.
Right.
And I mean, I knew something was fixing to happen. I had 10 attempts on my life in an apartment with my daughter.
Right.
So I felt like they were hits. Well, regardless of what they were, it felt like the air, it felt like I was getting something raised out of the sky.
Really?
Things like that, yes.
Wow.
And it your beer's right inside there. And so.
How you doing, buddy?
All right.
About how long ago was this?
This was this was when I first moved over there. It's been 3 years, right? 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
So I was right there in my apartment, just moving in. But the first week, man, it felt like these guys were coming after me from my past, but my husband knew these people.
Right.
Evidently, because I didn't. But I knew of them, and I knew who they were.
Right.
But they had serious grudges against me.
Wow.
Because I don't know why they do, but they just do.
Do you still know these people?
I still do. You know,
Okay.
you told me I should get a gun, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, I'm not scared here because, see, I'm from here. I don't
Right.
have to worry about the crazy stuff.
This is Forsyth.
That was, yes, but this was in Roanoke.
Okay. Got you.
So, I moved here 2 years ago, waiting on this waiting list. I was out there at my sister's house. One night I get up. I had stomach issues that night, some serious ones.
Oh, wow.
And I was was sitting on the toilet, and when I stood up like this, I was thrown down but I caught my hands like this.
Like a force?
Yes.
Wow.
It was for real. It was real.
Oh, I believe you.
I
Trust me.
caught myself.
Trust me.
So I picked myself up, shook it off, because I caught myself with my hands. Like I said, during the night, I got up again, all gone. You're in the middle of the night, you sleep, you just think that ain't never gonna happen again, and
Exactly.
it did. And my body slid into my head butted the door.
Well, what do you think caused that?
I know what caused it. It
Oh.
was some guys there. So maybe I'll not go there. This is gonna be some serious low. It's
Well,
serious.
that's what it's about.
They still free though. So I won't call no names or nothing, but
It's like a mob or something.
no, it's worse than that. What you call? They call themselves.
Sorcery type of thing.
No, it's freaking legal outlaws. It's what they think they are. It's what they were. This was then.
Right.
But everywhere I go, I mean, they were following me, and now I'm not hearing them. I'm hearing them so much now.
Right.
So maybe I'll not. So I'm not calling no names only, because one day I walked in and I saw a dead man under my house.
Oh, okay.
Ever since then, my life's been and my husband, when he died,
Right.
my life's been a pure T hell. I promise.
Is it
these
a
people
family curse, a generational
You
curse?
might as well say that,
Okay.
because it had to be something to do with it. Then they were saying that was just a joke. That man wasn't really dead. Well, that very night, it was the coldest night of the year. That particular time that I saw that dead body, it was under my house. I didn't even say nothing for 10 years till he died.
Right.
Then I started talking about it, and I never should have.
Right.
But I knew that I thought it was a joke to me.
Wow.
Plus on drugs. But I know
Did
what
your
I
brother
saw.
know this?
Did you remember that?
You know that, Jimmy?
That when I saw that dead man under my house, and I stole that car next door.
Oh, I remember.
Dude.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Okay.
Let me sit there for a minute. Like
Come
I said, my
on.
back's about to kill me.
Man, here, I got some ibuprofen. So, that night, let me finish that one real quick. That
Okay.
happened 3
Take your time.
times. I was literally thrown on the floor. So I thought that this, I really know, it's one or two, maybe 3 men in their 70s. And I didn't know if they was for real hating on me, but yeah, they
Why do
are.
you think they were so angry at you to do something like that?
All I could ever relate it to was what I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because-
You know that guy that used to come up here and visit with me, drove that little scooter,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
David?
Yeah, David. Yeah.
Tell it, John.
He said out there where he lived at, he said there was ghosts out there.
Oh, I believe it.
All right, what
I
else
believe
can
it.
throw you down in the middle of the floor? The
Yeah,
devil.
but he'd get up during the night, and someone would be pushing him back, holding him.
They yank your legs. They do all this.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, then. You'll go.
Yeah.
Those are real.
He
That
said
could
they
be
took
demonic.
his cigarettes.
Yeah. They do. Man,
He
listen.
went to the
What do you
grocery.
think we gonna?
He went to the grocery
Yeah.
store. He went to the grocery store and got a big roast or something. And we know where he put it at.
Where?
On his bed, so he can put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
He went back, it wasn't even there.
Oh, well.
And he lived there by himself, right?
Yeah.
I lived there with him
But
at
his
that time.
mama had just died. When we
David's
he was living
mother.
there with him.
She died in the house,
Did,
Yeah,
did
trailer.
in the trailer.
Did she didn't make it back to the hospital? He's seriously violent stories. So I'm just telling what happened to me that blew my ever-loving mind. Because I can't talk about the organized because I don't even know who they would be.
Well, it depends on how long ago it been, and do you know them personally? If not, then you'll be
No,
fine.
I can honestly say, but
You're fine.
at one point it was like a lot of so much chatter, talking.
Yeah, but like I said, though,
What?
they don't know that you don't know.
You got a good point.
That's it. That's
He got
the
a good-
truth.
good
See,
point.
that's the truth.
He got a good point.
Right, Jamie?
He got a good point.
So, that's. So I
You
feel
don't know who's
safe
been talking
here,
or
and
what,
Right.
I ain't trying to never correct no problem, because I was married for 30 years to a man that he was a hit, and I knew it. He told me he would.
Hitman.
Yeah, he
Wow.
did that for money once. It
Right.
destroyed his life. And he was so violently organized with certain people that they really did. It wasn't nothing but a thing. It don't even matter this day and time. But it was a violent.
Yeah.
But you being in the middle of something like that, and a dumb country girl,
That's what was my
See?
next question.
Okay.
He didn't ever get you tangled up in it.
never.
Okay.
Cause see, I would have run away
Yeah.
like I did that night when I saw
Right.
what I saw.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but you know something, like I said,
Tell
though,
me about mine.
he don't, they don't know that Mike didn't talk to you
Okay.
about stuff.
Yeah, all I could ever say was he told me that he gave 5 hours worth of testimony to somebody.
Was it the cops?
Yes, but all he was doing was fishing it back to the
How did he die? Did he get killed or?
Jamie. Oh Lord, he was in there trying to do something like that with his arm, get up,
Right.
and he went in there, and Lindy and Michael went to get him something, some liquor, and when they got back, they had just took him to the doctor. He got his whole prescription, and he went in there and shot it up and died.
Oh,
And
okay.
They went in there, and the ambulance people just went on and cut his throat wide open and gave him a trach.
Oh wow.
So Jamie knew him. Jamie was friends with my husband.
He was a big man.
Well, they was trying to resuscitate him, bring him back to
Yeah,
life.
oh yes, they really did. But he was too far gone. It
Yeah.
was terrible.
Right. Right.
So I told you I'll come up with some stories now, because
Man.
that's not the only time I was set up to go find a dead body.
Really?
Yeah. One other time, this was so traumatic that it nearly destroyed my life. So I had to do 4 years of mental health after I was asked to go find something at her house. And when I walked in, my friend was slaying in piss, and her husband had sent me over there, right?
Right.
He's dead.
Okay.
He's dead. Or I
Right.
couldn't dare tell this.
Right.
But still, all the truth. And she was laying there, and I was like in shock immediately. So I don't experience seeing too. But when the ambulance got there and they wheeled her around, I walked out there. I for 2 or 3 days, I could not remember anything. But when I looked down at her, and she was a friend of mine, though I worked for her husband and did some house cleaning for them as well, her mouth was going. She's still trying to tell it.
Wow.
But she didn't
She
ever
couldn't
get
speak.
it out, so I didn't know.
She was
what
traumatized.
She was half cocked dead. The woman was already brain dead, but her mouth was still moving.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about like when
You didn't ever know that, girl.
I was staying in the hospital with Uncle Charlie when he and there was about 5 or 6 patients on that floor,
Yeah.
the whole floor. And I wanted somebody to stay, with him 24 around the clock.
Okay. Yeah.
So I stayed with him at night. And about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, all these rooms didn't have nobody in them.
Because they remodeled them, weren't
No.
they? Oh, okay.
And like you push the button, for the nurse,
To call the
Yeah.
nurse. Yeah.
the button would go off.
You mean
It
click
wouldn't
on?
go off.
They something pushed the button.
Oh.
And
It
there
went
wasn't nobody
off.
in the room. And the nurses were scared to go in there by themselves.
My
They'd
TV.
come get me to go in there with them.
You mean they was
So what did you
thinking
see?
somebody was up in there with y'all?
There was something in it.
Yeah. This TV does it too. It be like working itself. Now I can't even get cut. So now that you back out of the COVID, I'm gonna get you to help me hook my antenna back to that thing. I come home and ain't even got no damn radar.
Radar.
Wow.
Well, whatever you call it, got satellite. It's like a radar satellite.
So did you ever see anything in that room?
Art, you want ghost stories?
Whatever.
Well, a lot of people like demonic attacks, and these people are so insane that they fight demonically, but they know what they're doing because they're the devil.
Right.
They're
Right.
so
Right.
down.
Trust me.
I don't really know them, but I know that one, and I got a little kind of a group of who they are, and you'd never believe if I told you. And they say they were in a whole chain all the way to the White House, but who knows, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah, me and
anyway.
Mike went fishing.
See, I have no problem sitting with my legs and my back.
Me and Mike went fishing
I'm not
one day.
even crippled, honey.
Me and Mike
Right,
went fishing
right.
one
It's
night.
something that, and they make me think they got me on camera at all times
Oh.
to do me in. So yeah, and they really do demonically attack me. But as of 3 men that I know that do that, and a woman, 3 women, but 2 I'm positive of, and I see. I don't know if I should go on air because
Is it jealousy or revenge or?
they started doing things too, and I just shut up. I ain't even said a word, and it's gonna sound crazy. It's just this, but I ain't never told no lie. If I start telling a story about something off weird, all right, it's just really weird. This house right here, I know that I am favored by the Lord and I am saved, and He is my protector.
Right.
But these guys were calling themselves our bodyguards. They really were.
Right.
They really, really were. We talking robberies after robberies. We're talking murder. We're talking, and these guys were, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been so many years, I can tell the truth, the way it really, and I'm like, well, I know I don't have no bodyguard.
Right.
I would never have a bodyguard. Mike, you got a bodyguard? Hell no, you ain't got no bodyguard.
He's the one that needed one.
Yeah. It wasn't he evil? Well, tell about his sister, you know her?
Huh?
You ever know her? So, they call her the queen.
Mm.
But she won't go. I know you call her that. So, anyway.
Well.
If this is the truth, if I ever told it, that I really was, that I worked for somebody that was so evil, and how do you do that and not know that they're that person? And you know, here
The
we are,
personality.
right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie knows all them people that I know from there. Him and Nanny moved up there, and you talking about violence. You talking about women murdered back to back. If this is the truth, all my friends, and they were all mostly
If you call them friends, I don't want to be with
Wait a
them.
minute. You didn't know Nancy, and you didn't know what's her name? Them two sisters. One of them's house burnt down. So that was another thing. Right before I left, my house did catch on fire. For 2 days, they were telling me your house is fixing to burn down.
Mm.
I'm hearing all this weird stuff. You know, that's crazy too. But it sure as hell caught on fire. And Lindy and them was gone that weekend. And honey, let me tell you, the way I woke up, my radio went off. Because I'm way back in the back bedroom.
Right.
So, tell me why these guys coming after me and hate me so bad. You know that I believe they thought me and my whole family, because all my kids work and have got little great good jobs, good careers to be so young.
Right.
Was gonna pay their asses to protect them. What do we need protection from? We're working class people.
Right.
We're not drug slinging.
Right.
That would be the only reason you'd hire somebody, isn't it?
That's right.
That's all. Jamie, so I'm saying that after I got to think about, you know, a lot of the women, and I know that was just life.
Right.
I'm 60. All these women that were around me and Big Mike dropping off the face of the earth.
Piedmont.
Let me go put these clothes in the
See, I
dryer.
told you I ain't that damn bitch.